This is a nozzle, and this nozzle is act as a fixed blade, and these blades are called as moving blades. Okay. Steam enters from the nozzle and strikes at the moving blades. Okay. This is the axis of the shaft. Shaft is here. Okay. You can see one blade. This is one moving blade. Okay. This is one moving blade. This is the direction of rotation of blade. This is the direction of rotation of blades. This is moving blade, and in this direction you will get a resultant force. In that steam enters. Example, steam enters here. Steam entry and leaves exit. Okay. Now the classification of steam turbine. Classification of steam turbines. Basically, steam turbines are two types. First one is an impulse turbine, and another one is a reaction steam turbines. Okay. The major difference between these two are the working. First, if you see, in case of impulse turbine and what is reaction turbine. In case of impulse turbine, the pressure drop takes place in the nozzle only, and there is no pressure drop in the moving blades. Actually, there is a arrangement of nozzle and moving blades. Nozzle is called as fixed blade, and moving blade. This is a moving blade. This is a blade which is assembled or arranged on the moving rotor. Okay. So in this case, pressure drop takes place only in the nozzles, and there is no pressure drop in the moving blade. Okay. But in case of reaction turbine, pressure drop takes place. Both in the nozzle and moving blades. Okay. Another difference is that in the case of impulse turbine, there is a simple kind of blades are there. That means there is a profile kind of blades. Profile type of blades. And in case of reaction turbine, there is special kind of blades are used. That blades are in the shape of aerodynamic type of blades are used. This aerodynamic type of blades are difficult to manufacture. That's why this turbine is very critical, and this turbine has the high efficiency, high work done and high efficiency. This impulse turbine has the low work done, low work output, and having the low efficiency. Efficiency is low, efficiency is high. This is the major difference. As far as the examples or applications are concerned, this impulse turbine has the example like De Laval turbine, and Curtis turbine. In that case, in case of reaction turbine, there is a name called as Parsons turbine. It is a very famous kind of turbine, and Heroes turbine. This Parsons turbine is a very important and well-known turbines in the case of reaction turbine. Differences, as we are talking about the differences in case of impulse turbine. You can see the pressure drop in the nozzle section. This is a nozzle, this is a moving blade. Nozzle or fixed blade. Because this nozzle is fixed, location of nozzle is fixed, and the moving blade continuously moving. That's why called as moving blades. This is the distribution variation of pressure. Pressure drop. As we know that in case of impulse turbine, the pressure drop takes place only in the nozzle section. That's why later there is a high pressure, high temperature steam at pressure P1, and pressure drop decreases. Pressure decreases at the exit to the nozzle. Let the pressure is P2, and after that, when this steam enters in the moving blade, then there is no pressure drop. That's why pressure is constant in the moving blades. Okay, this P2, this is also P2. Okay, if you talk about the velocity distribution, and as the pressure decreasing, you know very well, the pressure drop takes place. Pressure drop takes place. Work done at the mechanical shaft, work done at the shaft output. As the pressure drop takes place in the nozzle, then there is an increment in the velocity. V2. V1 is the velocity at the entry of the nozzle, and V2 is the velocity at the exit to the nozzle. After that, velocity decreases. Okay, this is the variation of pressure in the nozzle and the moving blades. This is the variation of velocity in the nozzle and the moving blades. Okay, if you talk about the reaction turbine, then this pressure and velocity distribution can also be plotted. This is nozzle, this is moving blade. Okay, this is pressure drop takes place. There is a drop of pressure from P1 to P2 in the nozzle section, and again you know very well that reaction turbine pressure drop takes place in the nozzle section as well as in the moving blades. The pressure drop further takes place. This is P3, this is P2. This difference P2 minus P3 will gives you a reaction force at the exit. That's why called a reaction turbine, name reaction turbine. Okay, the velocity distribution is similar, because as the pressure drops, velocity increases, and again velocity decreases. V1, V2. Okay, This is a pressure curve, this is a velocity curve, this is pressure curve in the different impulse and reaction turbines. Okay. Operation. Principle of operation. Principle of operation is that what is the reason behind the steam turbines in which it works. Okay. The basic principle is that it works or depends on the dynamic action of the steam. Depends upon the dynamic action of steam. Actually, first of all, steam enters in the nozzle and it is expanded in a series of nozzles first. After that, where the pressure energy of the steam is converted into the kinetic energy, it gives high velocity to the steam jet at the exit to the nozzle. Now, this high velocity of steam impinges on the moving blades. These are moving blades. Enters here and exit here. Enters here and exit here. This type of motion you can see. So we'll talk about this principle. Steam is first expanded through the series of nozzles and get the high velocity of the steam. This high velocity of steam strikes on the moving blades. These are moving blades. Moving blades. There high velocity of impinges on the moving blades and have the change in the direction, because enters here and exit here. There is a change in the direction of the motion of the jet of steam. So there is a change in the momentum, and hence we will get the resultant force. This force is responsible for the rotation of this hub, rotation of this rotor or shaft. That's why the turbine rotates, and turbine rotates. After rotation, you will obtain the mechanical work done at the shaft output. This mechanical work done is further converted into the electrical power with the help of generator. Actually, this steam entry level, this steam is high pressure, high temperature steam which is generated from the boiler. This steam enters through the nozzle, and there is an expansion of nozzle, and there is a pressure drop, and there is a pressure drop. After that, this steam will get a high velocity. That high velocity of steam impinges on this moving blades. Okay, these steam is actually not a strike on the blades, moving blades, but it should glide over the moving blades. Actually, this flow glides, not strikes. This flow glides over the surface of the blade and exit the. Okay, that's it.